Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Don't count it, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wise, you gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be strong, you gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. I know all I know, love will save the day. Harold, what your future said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. No, oh, my. Hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold. You gotta be strong, you gotta be strong, you gotta be self-there. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. Time asks no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. World keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part of danger staring you in the face. Oh, remember. Your day unfolds, what the future holds. Keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh, my, hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be true, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. I know all I know, love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be cool, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be cool, you gotta be tough. I know. All I know, love will save the day. Hey, hey. All I know, love will save the day. Hey, hey. All I love will save the day.
Morning.
Morning.
So let me hear you. Who's ready to be inspired today? Excellent. Yeah, I'm Steve Colucci. Welcome to our High Desert Center for Spiritual Living's Sunday celebration service. And now it's time for handshakes and hugs, my favorite part. For this next song, those who choose to participate, you can walk around, dance, you can greet each other, exchange a handshake or a hug. If you don't feel comfortable touching, you can simply give a namaste, okay? And to honor the oneness and all, or you can even just remain in your seat if that works for you. The choice is yours. And don't forget, our choir, they love hugs too. So make your way up here. Feel free to greet everyone in our wonderful choir at the steps. Have fun and enjoy.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family.
Get up, everybody, sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by. Hey. And we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? You just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. I got everybody insane. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we just begun to get our share of our world's delights. I hope we have for the future and our goals in sight. Well, we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family too. We are family. Hey, 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 hey. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and say, we are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. The energy here, great. This is awesome. So, we are an all inclusive center of love where we recognize and celebrate each person as a divine and unique expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co creating a world that works for everyone. We teach and embody the science of mind principles to support our core values of love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity. Welcome home. Thank you, everyone, for joining online today as well. We're happy you're here with us. And also, say hello in the chat there. Let us know where you're from. We'd like to know. We'd want to interact with you there. Love to connect with you. Now, I invite you to please join me in reading the opening community affirmation. It's in your program, of course, and it's also on the monitors. It's on the left side in your program. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that all thought is creative and that how I choose to think creates my personal experience. And so it is. Is there anyone here for the first time today? Joining us very first time? No? Right. Yes. Welcome. Welcome, and thank you for being with us today. If you don't already have a welcome packet, there are ones right outside the sanctuary doors there. Also, so how many people here text on their phone? Sure, everyone. That's pretty much everybody, right? Well, we have a texting service where we send out our HDCSL affirmations and updates regarding services and any upcoming events. If you'd like to join this free service and receive our messages, if you haven't already, please text JOIN to 833 683 2356. And as a reminder, you can reply. You can reply to any of these messages that we send out, and you can even send a text message at any time, day or night. Your message will be received. This is another way for you to connect with our center and We're grateful for this service. Another great service we have here at the center is our dial up inspirational line. You can call anytime, day or night, and you can hear a pre recorded message from our practitioner team, including Reverend Michael. That number is 760-515-6771. And remember to check back often because they update that regularly. So thank you, practitioner team, for your service. There is a survey in your program today. It's important that it be filled out and returned to the concierge table to Liz in the back. And if you don't have one, if you need one, there are more back in the concierge table. Now it's time for announcements. So, information regarding any upcoming events is in your program each week, along with our HDCSL daily affirmations for you to keep. So please, take it home, keep it handy to use throughout the week. Current events happening at our center can also be found through our social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram. We have our HDCSL monthly calendar, and that's also on our website. The account and website information is on the screen, or you can connect with the office. Today after service, all are welcome to join us in the fellowship hall for our monthly board meeting. They're going to bribe you with pizza and salad for attending. After the meeting, join us back here in the sanctuary for our sonic sound healing experience at 12:30 with Eddie and Amethyst, HD. That's right. HD Healing 760. This is a love offering fundraiser for our center. All donations are welcome and greatly appreciated. The suggested donation is $25. Everyone's invited to stay for this awesome event. And now, Eddie and Amethyst, they're going to give us a short demo on what you will experience during the event today.
All right. Who wants hot dogs? Or fewer? Yeah.
How many of you felt something, even though it was short, you felt like a positive vibe from that?
Oh, totally.
Is that cool or what? 12:30 back here after the meeting. This Saturday, June 17th, we have our garden party. That's what they call it, with the cleanup crew at 8:30. So see Pat Salter. Where's Pat? Where are you? There he is, right there. So see Pat if you have any questions. Thank you to all our volunteers who show up to keep this center beautiful. Those weeds don't pull themselves, so we appreciate you. As a reminder, we have our Father's Day baked goods auction happening next Sunday, June 18th, right after the service. Please bring a labeled baked dish to donate for the bake auction, such as, but not limited to, cookies, pies, cakes, baked pasta dishes, quiches, sweet treat bars, cupcakes, etc. Just about anything goes. Have fun, and thanks for supporting this fundraiser. If you have any questions, please contact the office.
Who's baking? Who is baking?
Who's baking? Well, this is the the Father's Day one. So this is the women baking.
That's right.
This is the big
ladies. It's up to you.
Yeah. This is like where the genders every year when the genders go to war with each other.
Exactly.
Wednesday, June 21st is the summer solstice. The summer solstice marks the first day of summer when the sun reaches the highest point in the sky. The day is long and the night is short. The sun is most potent on the summer solstice and is recognized as a time of powerful healing. Shamanic practitioner Janet Amby will be holding drum circle at 7 p.m. in the fellowship hall. Janet, are you here? Yes. There's Janet. Okay.
Janet.
Participation fee is $10. Please bring a mat or blanket, something to lie down on. Thursday, June 22nd, we have Metaphysical Movie Night hosted by the Rainbow Alliance team from 6 to 8:30 p.m. The Power of Myth, a journey into mind and spirit, will be showing at this no-cost event. All are welcome. We will be serving popcorn, too. Sister Circle meets on Saturday the 24th at 11:30 a.m. on Zoom. Please see Lori or Brandy if you'd like the Zoom link sent to you. If you haven't used Zoom and you're kind of like afraid of it, it's actually really easy. It's super easy to use. Also happening Saturday the 24th, we have our Bunko fundraiser from 1 to 4. Participation fee is $20. See Liz at the concierge table if you have any questions. Reverend Michael is offering the Prosperity Plus 3 class starting again this Sunday, June 25th. You can find flyers at the concierge table with more information. See Reverend Michael if you have any questions. Also, the theme for Sunday, June 25th is Blue Jean Day. So you're invited to dress accordingly if you'd like. Please stop by the concierge table on Sundays or reach out to the office throughout the week if you have any questions about these events or anything happening here at the center. Also, remember our website and social media has all this information updated regularly. They're really good at updating that. So thank you. And now, our practitioner of the day, Lori Smith.
Thank you, Steve. Find me. There I am. Gotcha. Got it. Please join me as we read Dr. Ernest Holmes' promises together. They're on the front page of your program and on screen. Here we go. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. And now Chris will play music.
This is from Daniel Namad. It's called All That I Am. My body, my soul are part of a perfect whole. My heart and my hands are going to the perfect sound. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. My thoughts and my mind belong to eternal time. My words and my song, you're writing them all along. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. God, I give to you.
Now Clay Bailar will join me in lighting the flames of faith. We perform the Flames of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all beings come from the one universal presence, which we call spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as Clay lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And so let us take this time now, and I invite you to close your eyes, and let's take a deep cleansing breath in and letting it go. One more deep, deep breath in and letting it go. As we move within to this sacred space. There is only one life, one very, very life-giving breath that is breathing each one of us right now. And in this moment, we acknowledge that we are unified with this power, this presence, this love, this peace, and all God's good gifts, moving in and through each one of us, every moment of every day. This higher self that is guiding us. And we feel deeply this awesome presence, allowing it to move through every aspect of our day, every word, every thought, with fire, with energy, with vitality. Because this energy is pure and perfect love. And I am so grateful and so thankful for everyone here, for every volunteer, for your board of trustees, for your practitioners, and above all, Reverend Michael and his message today. Let it lift you up, bring you to a new awareness, to a new state of being and joy. And I know this to be so, and together we say, and so it is. And now, please welcome Reverend Michael.
So Chris was playing All That I Am. And I thought how appropriate. That would be a good talk title if I coordinated with Chris, but we kind of wing it and let it be the way it is. And we were talking earlier, I don't do any advanced warning to Chris. Sometimes I show up on a Sunday with a song or some music that I want to include, and Chris so far has accommodated all of it. So when we move beyond that concept of advanced warning, that I need a warning of what's going to come, or I need a warning of what's going to happen tomorrow, or I need a warning of some emotional storm that I might be experiencing. When I come from the all that I am, when I come from the all that I am, the all of this teaching, the all of this presence, the all of this power of love, the all that I am of the power of love of all of the teachings that we honor in our flames of faith, and the all of the love that I'm experiencing from this community as we move forward, grow forward, and go forward. And that's what love is. Love is a constant companion. Love is our constant companion and invites us to go forward, grow forward, and move forward. And that's part of our teaching. That's part of our message. And so all that I am, my talk title today is Divine Inheritance. And it's talking about all that I am, all that I already am, nothing that I need to be, nothing that I need to learn, nothing new that I need to see. I just get to be it. I just get to be it in this present moment. You know, I did screenwriting for about 10 years, and there's something called an opening teaser. And if you watch TV, you know what the teaser is. It's that 1 minute when you tune into your show and they give you 1 minute that's going to show you what the show is about, and then they cut to 4 minutes of commercial. But the 1 minute teaser is good enough that you'll sit through the commercials so you'll come back for the program. That's a 1 minute teaser. One page equals 1 minute in film. And so my teaser for today for this talk is A Ticket to Ride. And our first story is about a new police officer. It's his very first day on the job. He's a little bit nervous. working LAX airport, and a limousine exits the airport 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. The officer pulls him over and he asks for the driver's license. The driver gives him his license, and the license says Billy Graham. And the officer looks up and it is Billy Graham. And the officer gets really nervous and says, I'm going to have to call this in because it's my first day on the job. He calls his commanding officer and says, I've got a problem. I have a speeding limo 20 miles over the limit, and I'm not sure if I should give them a ticket. And the commanding officer says, why not? And the officer says, because Billy Graham is driving. And if Billy Graham is driving, then God must be his passenger. And on my very first day on the job, I don't feel it's mine to give God a ticket. And the officer says, in my church, we say in God's speed. And so the way I see it, God has a ticket to ride at any speed to anywhere at any time he wants to go. And in the all that I am and the all that I am we're talking about, the Beatles took us into the all that I am. And so, Chris, if you'll join me in this, ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride, and she don't care. So, in the all that I am, that's the ticket that we have to ride. Yes, we have the ticket to ride that allness, that fullness, that greatness, that grandness, that lovingness that we are. That's our ticket to ride. That's our ticket to ride today. That's always our ticket to ride. Annie Lamott wrote a wonderful book entitled Bird by Bird. And it's about living, writing, breathing from the marrow of our bones, from the allness of the marrow of our bones, and leaving the worries of the morrow, the worries of tomorrow to tomorrow. We don't bring in the worries of the morrow, the worries of tomorrow into today. We live from the allness of that goodness, of that greatness, of that amness right here and now. That breathing from the marrow of our bones. It's about living from the fullness of the marrow of our life. Lamott says at times, my place, my mind is a place I try not to go into alone. How many of us know that place? That place I try not to go into alone. But in that allness that I am, we're never alone. We're all one. Now, it's not always easy to see that and feel that and be that. But that's what this center is about. That's what this teaching is about. That's what Ernest Holmes is about. That's what the allness of I am is about. It's about that loving presence of others that hold us up and raise us up and praise us up when we kind of take a dip. When we kind of take a dip in the road, we're here to lift you up into that highness and that oneness and that goodness and the grandness of the I am that I am. The I am that I am. Lamott says this. I found this the other day. One of the great joys of ministry is I get to do research and I get to do reading and I get to expand beyond what I know. And when I find these gems, which come from all people who are of this consciousness, when we look to other people of this consciousness, we raise up, praise up, and amaze up because they raise and praise us up. And I just love this one. Lamott says, grace is a true gift of spirit, and grace is like spiritual WD 40. And Lamott says this about, are we going to argue about God? Are we going to call it God? Are we going to call it spirit? Are we going to call it consciousness? Are we going to call it awareness? You know, I always like to say it doesn't matter what you call it, just call upon it, because when you call upon it, it will answer. And it will answer from within because what we're calling upon is not without or above or below, it's within. And when we call upon what's within, everything without will manifest in that allness, that goodness, that grandness, and that kindness of love. All things are possible to those who believe, because when we believe, we then receive that energy of the allness, the goodness, and the grandness of love. And when we receive it, we achieve it. It's all about believing, receiving, and achieving. And that's this teaching. That's this center. That's spirit. That's the allness and the goodness of that I amness that we each and all are. And Lamott says this. Put me a little bit at peace about my energy around God. She says, you know, God just means goodness. It's not really all that scary when you see God as goodness. It's just goodness. If you're seeing goodness, it's God. If you're seeing greatness, it's God. If you're seeing grandness, it's God. Because in the goodness, the greatness, and the grandness is a oneness of this remarkable experience called all that I am. All that I am. And so it's time for the world to get over my God, your God, one God. It's time to get over it. It's time to get on with it. And it's time to get in with it because that's where that spirit exists. It exists within us. And so our talk title today is, oh, I'm going to turn this on. It'll work better. There we go. Divine inheritance. And that divine inheritance is that I am, that allness and goodness of love. Neil Donald Walsh says this of divine presence. There's a divine purpose behind everything. There is a divine purpose behind everything that we may not see in the moment, but there is a divine purpose behind everything. And therefore, if there's a divine purpose to everything, there's a divine presence in everything. There's a divine presence in everything. Adyashanti says this, and if you're new to meditation, you might want to try an Adyashanti meditation. He's remarkable. He is that I am of that presence of spirit. And Adyashanti says, we are always held in the divine presence. We are always held in the divine presence. Always. And I like to see it, be it, and become it by knowing beyond knowing. It's not about holding in the divine presence. It's not about holding in the divine presence. It's not about holding on to the divine presence. It's about beholding the divine presence without. It's not holding on to, it's beholding without. And what we hold without, that allness and that goodness and that grandness of the flames of faith of our gardens, of the sun and the moon and the stars, it's the allness and the goodness and the grandness that we are. It's the allness and the goodness and the grandness that we are. It's not about being held or holding on to. It's about beholding that divine presence that is in each of us that manifests as the world we see before us. This teaching is New Thought. And the concept of divine presence, that allness and that oneness and that isness of spirit, it began with Plato. It began with Plato years ago with these three words, know thyself. Know thyself as that allness of spirit. And Plato shared it in what he called the allegory of the caves. And divine presence is our talk theme. And the allegory of the cave speaks to divine presence. So we have divine inheritance as our title, divine presence as our theme. And this story from Plato, who is all about divine presence, is the allegory of the cave. And here's the allegory of the cave, and it's marvelous. And this was Plato thousands of years ago, speaking to the truth that we're here to awaken today. It's the allegory of the cave, and Plato describes a group of people who have lived chained to a wall of a cave all their lives. They've been chained all their lives. They're facing a blank wall. The chained people watch shadows projected on the wall from objects passing in front of a fire behind them and give names to these shadows. These shadows are the prisoner's reality. All they say are the reality of the shadows on the wall. But the prisoner's reality is not accurate. It's not an accurate representation of the real world. They're seeing the shadows and saying the shadows are all we can see, and all we can see, that must be all it can be. But that's not true. And all we can see and all we can be is the allness and the oneness of spirit. And so one prisoner breaks free. He breaks his shackles and he turns around and runs and faces the sun, runs outside the cave into the sunlight, which he's never seen before, into this whole world before animals and in nature, everything, this allness of this wonderful world that he's never seen because he's chained to his belief system that everything is in the shadows. And so when we learn to not look to the shadows, but realize that sun, that allness and goodness and oneness of God is the presence that we are, and when we have a shadow appear, we have a shadow image appear in our life or in our emotions, we can realize our oneness with the allness of spirit, the oneness with the allness of the sun outside the cave, because there would be no shadows on the wall unless there was a bright sun shining in. And so when there are shadows in our life, in whatever form those shadows may take, What I am here to know and what I am here to be and what I am here to see is that there would be no shadows if there were not the presence and the inheritance of that oneness and allness of the ever shining light without. So when we see shadows, we know that there's light somewhere shining. Socrates explains that the philosopher is like a prisoner freed from the cave and comes to understand that the shadows on the wall are not the direct source of the images seen. A philosopher, and Ernest Holmes was a philosopher aims to understand and perceive the higher levels of reality. However, the other inmates of the cave do not even desire to leave their prison, for they know no better life. They know no better life and they have no desire. And that's much of the world today. Sometimes we'd rather be in the discomfort that we know than the consciousness and possibility that we don't know. We'd rather be in the comfort of what we know than in the consciousness of that all-loving presence. And so our talk principle today is divine love. Divine love is our divine inheritance. Divine love is our divine inner heritage. Divine love is our divine inner presence, our inner presence of love. And here's what Ernest Holmes says about that. Here's what Ernest Holmes says about that. The essence of love, while elusive, pervades everything. It fires the heart. It stimulates the emotions. It renews the souls, and it proclaims the spirit. Words cannot express its depth or meaning. A universal sense alone hears witness to the divine fact. God is love and love is God, and we are here to express the allness and the goodness and the oneness and the grandness of that love within us. You know, divine love is not about trial and error. We're learning that at this center in many ways. We're trying new things, and sometimes something appears as an error, but it's really an arrow to that divine presence, that divine love, that divine consciousness in us. So we're really learning to see rightly. Scripture talks about seeing rightly, and we're having opportunities to see rightly almost every day here. You know, we can buy into the not seeing rightly, we can buy into the shadows, or we can walk into the presence of the light that we are. And we're doing a lot more walking into the presence and a lot less looking into the shadows. And we're grateful for the shadows guiding us back to that presence. So divine love is not about trial and error. It's about trusting and evolving. Divine love is not about right and wrong. It's about seeing and believing. Divine love is not about good or bad. It's about the goodness, the greatness, and the boldness of our making welcome, our divine inheritance within, to become the divine presence without, the divine presence of love. That's really what I think most of us are looking to be and to feel. And so, one of the ways that I feel the divine presence of love is through baseball and through the film Field of Dreams. It was all about the divine presence of love. It was all about living your dream. It was all not caring about what the neighbor said or the community said or your relative said or the bank said your mortgage was due. It was about living this bold and great dream and building, plowing in his corn and turning it into a baseball field and going the distance. It was about going the distance for spirit, going for the distance for healing, going for the distance of that power and presence. And so our next story about the power and presence of the divine inheritance of love and going all out for it is called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And so Chris and I invite you to sing along with us. If you'll stand up, if everybody will stand up and sing along with us. And here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out, Oakley do. It's a 1, 2, 3, cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back, so it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Okay, we're warmed up. I've got the slides aligned. One more time. Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Let's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Whoop! Good job. Good job. So, our next slide, if I'm going to find it here, one more back. It's Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And I'm going to see if I can find it. I switched the order of the slides on myself. So, it's Take Me Out to the Ball Game is our next story, and it's a story of divine love. Yogi Berra said, if it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. And it ain't over at the center till it's over. And it's never going to be over because we're building a legacy for this center. We'll carry this center forward for decades and generations to come. So love is never over. It ain't over till it's over. And with love, it's never over. It's just beginning. So our Take Me Out to the Ball Game story, talking of divine inheritance, divine presence, divine power, divine purpose, is a story of Shia. And it comes via Wayne Dyer. There was a father of a Shush child, Chush, child. And Shush is an organization for children with learning disability. And Shia's father, one day at an event, at a Shush event, says, "Where is the perfection in my child? My child is disabled. Where is the perfection in my child? Where do I see the perfection of God in my child?" He was having a hard time seeing Spirit's presence and heritage in Shia. And he then said, he came to see the perfection of Spirit's presence, the inheritance within Shia, the inner presence within Shia, that inner purpose within Shia. One day, when he and Shia were walking past the park, and Shia's father said, "I came to see the perfection of God in my son when I saw the way the world reacted to him." It's in the way the world reacts to situations and to people in which the world comes to see its own perfection of love. Shia wanted to play baseball. He had never played baseball. He's walking by a park and they're having a little league game. And Shia says, "I really want to play," but he's disabled. He can't run very fast. He can't walk very well. And he said, "I just really want to play baseball. Do you think they'd let me play?" And Shia's father goes up to the umpire and says, "Do you think my son Shia could just go up to bat and strike once?" And the team that he talked to was down by 8 points. It was the ninth inning. There was 8 runs. There was no way they were going to win. And the umpire and the team captain, and these were young people on a little league team, said, "We're not going to win anyway. So yes, Shia is welcome to join our team. We'll have him up as final batter at the end of the game." So the game proceeds, and Shia is sitting on the bench, and they put him in a cap and they put him in a uniform, and he's all ready to get up to bat. And all of a sudden, this team starts hitting home runs. And all of a sudden, the team, it's tied. It's tied, and it's Shia's turn to come up to bat. It's tied. Is this team going to risk winning the game on Shia? It didn't matter so much when they were 8 points behind, but it mattered a whole lot more to them now. And they said, "Shia, it's your turn to get up to bat." The team captain and the umpire said, "Shia, come up to bat. It's your turn." Shia had never swung a bat. So one of the teammates came behind him and helped him swing. And the pitcher moved in and threw a very gentle ball, and Shia missed. And then they said, "Shia, one more time." And he threw, and Shia connected with the ball with his teammate helping him. And it was a very gentle hit, and the ball rolled about 7 or 8 feet toward the pitcher. And the pitcher ran and picked it up and fumbled the ball and couldn't get the ball. And everyone said, "Shia, run to first base. Shia, run to first base." Shia ran to first base for the first time in his life. Never had Shia run. The right fielder said, throw the ball to me, and I can get him out. I can get him out on second base." And everybody said, "Shia, run to second base." And they threw the ball to the outfielder who was running in, and then he tripped, and he dropped the ball, and he fumbled the ball. Shia ran to second base. Then Shia ran to third base, and the team was fumbling all over. And then Shia ran and crossed home plate and made the winning run. So while this team took a risk on Shia and they fumbled their way to love, they did find their way to that inherent presence, that inherent love within them. Sometimes we fumble, sometimes we drop the ball, sometimes we don't always see love in another. But Shia gave the gift to that team and the other team and everyone present that day of Shia's inner presence of love, of Shia's inherent light, of Shia's inherent goodness. And in his revealing that, it was revealed to everyone there present that day. All the boys lifted Shia in the air. They ran up, they held him high in the air. And the father said, as he spoke about this, with soft tears, he said, those 18 boys reached into the level of God's presence. They reached into the level of divine inheritance. They reached into the level of divine presence. They reached into the level of divine love. That's the allness of love that Chris sang about. That's the allness of love that Ernest Holmes invites us to teach about. And that's the allness of love at this center, and it's expanding. I heard we had over 20 people last night at karaoke. It's the biggest number they've had in years. Do you see how love expands? And they had a blast, and they saw love in each other, and they decided to have fun. It's okay to have fun with God or spirit or consciousness. It's okay to have fun. We're working on that at this center, but we can see it expanding. We can feel it expanding. And if I can feel it, then I can believe it. And if I believe it, then I can receive it. And if I can receive it, then I can achieve it. And so we're working on our affirmation today. Get this one. Well, today's affirmation is bingo. How many people know bingo? Not the game, but how many know bingo? Bingo. That's our affirmation today because that's the allness and the goodness of grandness of spirit. And here's what it looks like. Today's affirmation, and I'll say it first, and I invite us to say together, today's affirmation is bingo. So when you forget our 5 steps of prayer, just go to bingo, and here it is. Bring God in. And we're not bringing God in because God's already in us, but we're bringing in the awareness of that presence of spirit. Include yourself. I am one with that. I am one with that presence. And name it and claim it. Name and claim you're good. I am physically perfect. I am financially prospering. I am spiritually connected. I am creatively overflowing and abundant. Grace. Grace is spiritual WD-40. Grace is spiritual WD-40. Get this stuff moving. Get this stuff moving. Grace is spiritual D40. Give thanks. Give gratitude. And then, oh, you're done with the prayer. Over and out. Over and out, Spirit. I'm done with the prayer. Take it away. So I invite us to say together, bingo. Bring God in. Include yourself. Name it and claim it. Grace. Give thanks. Over and out. That's our talk for today about divine inheritance and divine power. And we always end our prayer by saying, and so it is. So be well, stay conscious, namaste, and know you are the allness, the goodness, the grandness, and the greatness of love because you are the inheritance of love, you are the presence of love, and you are the power of love. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Let's bring that choir back up here. It's called Love is My Decision. Sing along. Love is my decision. Love me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision, up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision, and no one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
WD-40, spiritual WD-40.
Love
I love it. Isn't that cool or what? They got a little can of spiritual WD-40 and very cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aaron Michael. This is our giving time. Please take a moment to join me in appreciation for this beautiful community and our science of mind philosophy. We know we live in an abundant universe. There is always more than enough to share and to spare. We use this time to open up the flow of abundance and circulate that energy and with gratitude and love. Because we appreciate you and your contributions, we make it easy for you to give. In addition to placing your offering in the basket today, there are various ways that you can contribute to the center. You can use the Venco app on your smartphone or tablet. You can also visit our website, www.highdesertcsl.org. You can make a donation there. You can select the donate button. You can always drop off your donation. You can even send it in by mail. We appreciate you for supporting this center. Because of you, our service and this experience together continues to be possible. Thank you so much. Now, invite the ushers to come forward. And we thank you for your service here today as well.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude behind me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful for the abundance of this community. I'm so grateful for the abundance of love. I'm so grateful for the abundance of joy and laughter and tears. I'm so grateful that we're growing and we're bringing this abundance, this awareness, this consciousness down to earth. We're not raising it up on a platform. You know, I always don't feel right up on that platform like the consciousness is up on the platform. It's not on the platform. The consciousness is right here on planet Earth. We take it off the platform and we bring it down to earth, to planet Earth, and we ground in that goodness, in that kindness, in that inheritance of love. And we come to realize that and we come to feel it and see it and be it. And we extend that out in the form of energy, which you extended to us today. We so greatly receive your gift of love, your financial gift of love, your love of the center, your love of this teaching, your love of this community growing. We will be good stewards. We are good stewards of your finances. We are good stewards of the center, and we are open to all of your input. We are open to growing to be better stewards, be of greater consciousness and greater awareness. And your gift to this center allows this teaching, take the love of this teaching off of the platform and bring it down to planet Earth where we can help people have a better meal. We can help people find their way back home to that inner presence of God, that inheritance of God, which is ours. And that's the gift of the center. That's the gift of your gift today, the gift of helping people remember who they are. And as we remember who we are individually and collectively, we raise up the consciousness of this center, of this community, of this planet, of all of planet Earth. I'm so grateful for your gift of love in so many forms. And together I invite us to say, and so it is.
Thank you, ushers, Chris, Reverend Michael. Our practitioner team is here to serve you. Their phone numbers are on the back side of your program, so please reach out to one of our experienced licensed practitioners for prayer, especially if you're going through a challenge in your life. They are here to know the truth for you. We also have a prayer request box in the garden room right next to the sanctuary doors under the picture of our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. This box is checked regularly, and our prayer team loves to pray for you and with you. You can also connect with the office by phone, text, or email to put in a prayer request, and that message will be passed on to the prayer team. Thank you, practitioners, for your service. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you to those who have joined us in person today and to those online, if you're watching online, or the playback as well. We will see you next Sunday, June 18th, for another wonderful celebration service with Reverend Michael, followed by our Father's Day baked goods auction. You don't want to miss that. Don't forget to join us in the fellowship hall for pizza, salad, and our board meeting. Then back here, 12:30, for the Sonic Sound Experience, Eddie and Amethyst. Have a great week, everyone. Now let's all make a circle. Close out this wonderful service with God Makes Me Want to Sing.
I can't help it. It makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do anything. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do anything. It makes me feel so good I can do anything. It makes me feel so good I can do anything. Life is good. All is well.